Hello students, today we are going to take the probably the one of the important and most probable from the lower limb. As all of you know, the weightage for the lower limb is 5 2 marks question from anatomy paper second, and along with the histology there will be 3 short notes of the 5 mark and the 10 marks 4 questions from lower limb. So 20 and 15 and plus 10 marks. So weightage for the lower extremity should be considered seriously. So first of all, we will discuss regarding the fast track questions of the 2 marks questions of the lower limb. Starting last time we have also discussed the lower limb as a fast track question. So in the introductory part, the first and important question from the lower limb is regarding the bones. Name the tarsal bones. In the answer of this tarsal bone, like carpal bone, the question may be asked as a name the tarsal bones. So calcaneus, talus, cuneiform, 3 cuneiform bone, medial cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform, and lateral cuneiform bone, and cuboid on a lateral side and navicular. Such as 7 bones are there in the tarsal bones. Name the muscles attached to the iliac crest. The muscles attached to the iliac crest is a erector spinae, gluteus maximus, latissimus dorsi, quadratus lumborum, internal oblique, and transversus abdominis, external oblique. Then tensor fasciae lata and tubercle at the tensor fasciae lata and muscle sartorius. These are the muscles attached to that crest of the ilium. These are the muscles attached to the crest of the ilium. Then regarding the femur, name the muscles attached to the upper end of the femur. The muscles attachments of the upper end of the femur. There is a capsular ligament, iliofemoral ligament, ischiofemoral ligament, pubofemoral ligament, and above on the greater trochanter there is a piriformis, then the gluteus minimus, then the vastus lateralis, and gluteus medius, and quadratus lumborum, and obturator internus, superior and inferior gemmelli, and are the muscles attached to the upper end of the femur. Name the muscles attached to the lower end of the femur. There are 2 heads of the gastrocnemius, plantaris, then the adductor magnus is inserted, and these 2 heads of the gastrocnemius. Then anconius, the muscle anconius. These 2 heads of the gastrocnemius, plantaris and anconius, these are the muscles originated, and that adductor magnus is inserted to the adductor tubercle of the femur. And ligamental attachment, the capsular ligament of the knee joint, and the anterior cruciate ligament and posterior cruciate ligaments, and the tibial collateral ligament and the fibular collateral ligament for the knee joint. These are the attachments of the lower end. Then what are named the muscles attached to the linea aspera, around the linea aspera. There are adductor muscles. On a lateral aspect, there is a femoral head of the short head of the bicep femoris, then adductor brevis, adductor longus. These are the muscles attached around the to the lateral and medial lip of the linea aspera. Then the muscles attached to the upper end of the tibia. the upper end of the tibia, mainly the muscles attached to the upper end of the tibia consist of the, the attachments of the upper end consist of the ligamental patella. Then the iliotibial tract on the medial side, iliotibial tract on the lateral side. In addition to this, the three gyropes, they are sartorius, then the semitendinosus and gracilis. These are the gyropes. These are the attachments of the upper end of the tibia. Then name the muscles. Name any two muscles attached to the femur, that fibula. The main important muscle is the fibular head of the muscle soleus, then the tibialis posterior, then the flexor hallucis longus, and tibialis posterior. These are the main important muscles attached to the fibula. Then what is neck shaft angle of the femur? It is 125 degree. It is more in female. Neck shaft angle of the femur. Then regarding the clinical anatomy of the femur, it consists of the coxa vara. Coxa vara is a congenital clinical condition in which the angle, the coxa vara, that is the question that is asked from the femur. Muscles attached to the patella. The quadriceps femoris muscles, except that sartorius, the vastus intermedius, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and rectus femoris. These are the muscles attached, inserted on the superior border of the patella. Now, boundaries of the femoral triangle. Laterally, the sartorius, medial border of the sartorius, medially, the medial border of the adductor longus, above the inguinal ligament. These are the boundaries. Base is made by the inguinal ligament. Apex is the meeting point of the sartorius and adductor longus. Then the structures in the roof of the femoral triangle. There is a skin, superficial fascia. The skin, superficial fascia. Then the deep fascia, then the great saphenous vein and superficial inguinal lymph nodes, Then, in addition to this, the there is a nerves and the cutaneous nerves, lateral cutaneous nerve and medial cutaneous nerve in the roof. What are the contents of the femoral triangle? Femoral triangle consists of a femoral artery with its branches, femoral vein with its tributaries, and laterally femoral nerve. What are the walls of the femoral sheath is made by? Name the walls of the femoral sheath. Anterior wall is made from the fascia transversalis and posterior wall is made by fascia iliaca. Name the branches of the femoral artery. The femoral artery, the branches of the femoral artery consist of, there are 3 superficial branches and 3 deep branches of the femoral artery. The superficial branches are superficial, the superficial external pudendal artery, superficial epigastric artery, and superficial circumflex iliac artery, and the deep branches are the deep pudendal artery, then the profunda femoris and the muscular branches. Then name the tributaries of the femoral vein. The tributaries of the femoral vein consist of a main important is a great saphenous vein, and the veins accompanying the deep branches of the femoral artery. It consists of the deep pudendal vein and profunda femoris muscular branches and the profunda femoris vein. Then lateral and medial circumflex femoral veins and descending genicular and muscular veins. Descending genicular and muscular veins in the adductor canal. These are the tributaries of the femoral vein in the femoral triangle and in the adductor canal. Name the branches of the femoral nerve. The branches of the femoral nerve consist of an anterior division gives. The anterior division gives supplies to the sartorius, and posterior division supplies to the quadriceps femoris muscles. The rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus intermedius and vastus medialis. Then the cutaneous branches, anterior division supplies to the intermediate and medial cutaneous nerve. Posterior division supplies use of the branch, one cutaneous branch and a saphenous nerve. Then femoral nerve also supplies to the hip joint and a branch to the knee joint. These are the articular branches, and vascular branches is supplies the femoral artery and its tributaries. Then name the quadriceps femoris muscles. Just I told sartorius and 3-4 muscles of the anterior compartment. And quadriceps sartorius is not a muscle, is not a quadriceps femoris muscle. It is the longest muscle. What is the origin, insertion and nerve supply of the sartorius? Sartorius origin from the anterior superior iliac spine and is inserted on the medial anterior aspect of the medial condyle of the tibia, and it is supplied by anterior division of the femoral nerve. The root value, what is the root value of the femoral nerve? The anterior primary rami of the spinal nerve L2 and L3 is the root value of the femoral nerve. So a question may be asked, name the muscles supplied by femoral nerve. 4 quadriceps femoris muscles and sartorius. Name the contents of the adductor canal. Adductor canal consists of the femoral artery with its branches, femoral vein and saphenous nerve, and anterior division of the posterior division of the obturator nerve and nerve to the vastus medialis. These are the contents of the adductor canal. Name the muscles of the medial compartment of the thigh. Medial compartment of the thigh consists of 5 muscles. They are most superficial is the gracilis, adductor longus, adductor magnus and adductor brevis and pectineus. These are the 5 muscles in the medial compartment of the thigh. Name the muscles supplied by the obturator nerve. So same 5 muscles you have to give. All the adductors are supplied by the obturator nerve. That pectineus, see this pectineus has a double nerve supply, anterior division from the femoral nerve and posterior, that is from the posterior, it is also supplied by posterior fibers of the pectineus is supplied by the anterior division of the obturator nerve. Name the gyropes. Gyropes are the sartorius, gracilis and semitendinosus. In between them there is a bursa. That bursa is being called as the Ansarian bursa. So Ansarian bursa is present in between their insertions. On the anterior aspect of the medial condyle there is a insertion of these 3 muscles. Why they are called as a gyropes? Because they are coming from the different compartments of the thigh. The sartorius coming from the anterior compartment of the thigh, gracilis coming from the medial compartment of the thigh, and semitendonous from the posterior compartment of the thigh. Then the obturator nerve, there may be accessory obturator nerve. The accessory obturator nerve supplies, sometimes this, very rarely it supplies to the muscle pectineus. Name the muscles of the gluteal region. One of the rare question for your kind information. So very simple is that the gluteal region, what you call as the buttocks, they are large muscles that makes the structure buttocks of both sides, and they are made by the gluteus maximus, occupies most of the field of a gluteal region, gluteus medius and gluteus minimus, piriformis, then the gemelli superior, gemelli inferior, obturator internus, quadratus femoris, obturator externus, and tensor fasciae lata. These are the muscles that makes the gluteal region. Gluteal region. These are the 10 muscles that makes the gluteal region. Name the nerves present in the gluteal region. The superior gluteal nerve and inferior gluteal nerve, nerve to the quadratus femoris, then the pudendal nerve and nerve to the obturator internus and perforating cutaneous nerve. These are the nerves in the gluteal region. In addition to these, gluteal region consists of a superior and inferior gluteal arteries. The superior gluteal artery and inferior gluteal artery, pudendal artery, but main important is the superior and inferior gluteal arteries. Now, ligaments of the hip joint. The hip joint ligaments. Main important is the capsular ligament, iliofemoral ligament, ischiofemoral ligament, and pubofemoral ligament. These are the 3 ligaments and capsular ligament. Then another 3 ligaments are there, that is acetabular labrum, then ligament of the head of the femur, and transverse ligament of the femur. So these are the 7 ligaments of the hip joint. What is the nerve supply of the hip joint? Hip joint is supplied by a articular branch of the femoral nerve and a articular branch of the obturator nerve. So sometimes there may be referred pains in the hip joint. Now the popliteal fossa. Boundaries of the popliteal fossa, laterally and above bicep femoris tendon, medially and above superficially semitendinosus and deeply semimembranosus, below and laterally, lateral head of the gastrocnemius, below and medially medial head of the gastrocnemius. So it is a diamond shaped fossa, the boundaries. Now what are the structures in the roof of the popliteal fossa? Popliteal fossa consists of the short saphenous vein, lateral cutaneous nerve, then the peroneal communicating nerve, then the posterior division of the medial cutaneous nerve of the thigh, and the posterior cutaneous nerve of the thigh. These are the main important structures in the roof. What are the contents of the popliteal fossa? Popliteal fossa consists of a popliteal artery, then the femoral vein, popliteal vein, and the main important is that bifurcation of a sciatic nerve is the lateral small, common peroneal nerve, and medial big or large is the tibial nerve. These are the contents of the popliteal fossa. What are the structures present in the floor of the popliteal fossa? In the floor of the popliteal fossa, there is a ligament, capsular ligament of the knee joint, and the muscle popliteus, fascia covering the muscle popliteus are the main important structures in the floor of the popliteal fossa. We have discussed boundaries, roof, floor, and content of the popliteal fossa. Now, name the branches of the popliteal artery. The branches of the popliteal artery consist of the superior genicular, superior medial genicular artery, superior lateral genicular artery, inferior medial genicular artery, inferior lateral genicular artery. In addition to this, there is a medial genicular artery, middle genicular artery. Then these are the 5 branches of the popliteal artery in the popliteal fossa. Then the back of the thigh. Name the muscles of the posterior compartment of the thigh or back of the thigh. Back of the thigh mainly consists of 3 important muscles and one hamstring part of the adductor longus. So, semitendinosus, first of all, bicep femoris, semitendinosus and semimembranosus. These are the strong hamstrings. All of they are supplied by sciatic nerve. What is the nerve supply of the posterior compartment muscles of the thigh? All the muscles of the posterior compartment of the thigh is supplied by sciatic nerve. Then the fourth muscle is the hamstring part of the adductor magnus. What is the root value of the sciatic nerve? The root value of the sciatic nerve is the sacral plexuses. Sacral plexus is derived from the sacral plexuses L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3. This is the root value of the sciatic nerve. And the tibial part root value is L4, L5, S1, S2, S3. And common peroneal part, the common peroneal part of the root value of the common peroneal nerve is L4, L5, S1 and S2. S3 is not there in the root value of the common peroneal nerve. Now, name the hamstrings, semimembranosus, semitendinosus and bicep femoris, and hamstring part of the adductor longus. These are the 4 hamstring muscles. These are the 4 hamstring muscles. Now, the ligaments of the knee joint. Tubular collateral ligament laterally, tibial collateral ligament, anterior cruciate ligament, posterior cruciate ligament, and capsular ligament of the knee joint. These are the main important ligaments of the knee joint. Then the muscles of the anterior compartment of the leg. There are 4 muscles in the anterior compartment of the leg. Anterior compartment of the leg consists of 4 muscles from medial to lateral. That is tibialis anterior, then the extensor hallucis longus, extensor digitorum longus, and peroneal tertius. They pass under cover of the superior extensor retinaculum in front of the ankle and inferior Y-shaped extensor retinaculum in front of the ankle joint. Now, what are the muscles in the lateral compartment of the leg? Lateral compartment of the leg consists of only 2 muscles, that is peroneal longus and peroneal brevis. Name the muscles in the superficial muscles of the posterior. Posterior compartment is divided into superficial and deep. Name the muscles in the name the deep superficial muscles of the back of the leg. They are called as a calf muscles. They are called as a calf muscles. So the calf muscles, the first and important is the lateral head of the gastrocnemius, medial head of the gastrocnemius, soleus, the second heart. Second heart is called as the soleus is called as a second heart because it helps in the pumping venous pressure. By pumping, by contracting, it produces a pressure gradient, pressurize the great saphenous and short saphenous vein and deep veins of the leg, lower limb. That venous blood is pushed upward towards the heart. So this great saphenous and soleus is called as the second heart. So superficial muscles are lateral and medial head of the gastrocnemius, soleus and plantaris. These are the four muscles in the superficial, and they form a single tendon. They are inserted in the tendon, and that tendon is called as a tendocalcaneus. Another question may be asked: name the muscles that form the tendocalcaneus. So lateral head of the gastrocnemius, medial head of the gastrocnemius, and soleus and plantaris. These are the muscles that forms the tendocalcaneus. Now, what are the deep muscles of the back of the leg? Deep muscles of the back of the leg. There are only three deep muscles. They are flexor hallucis longus, tibialis posterior, and flexor digitorum superficial. Flexor digitorum. The flexor digitorum. These are the three deep muscles of the back of the leg. In front of the ankle joint, there are two extensor retinaculum, superior extensor retinaculum and Y-shaped inferior extensor retinaculum. Under cover of these, the extensor muscles of the anterior compartment of the leg passes, and behind the lateral malleolus, behind and below lateral malleolus, the tendons of the peroneal longus and peroneal brevis pass, and that retinaculum is called as the peroneal retinaculum. On medial aspect of the ankle joint and below, there is a flexor retinaculum. Under cover of the flexor retinaculum, tendons of the tibialis posterior, flexor hallucis longus and flexor digitorum longus. The flexor retinaculum covers these tendons of these three muscles, and in between them the posterior tibial artery passes and posterior tibial nerve passes, and sometimes that posterior tibial nerve compressed in front of these tendons, in between these tendons of these deep flexors of the leg, and that clinical condition is called as a tarsal tunnel syndrome. Now, the commonly asked question is name the branches of the that is dorsalis pedis artery. Dorsalis pedis artery. Dorsalis pedis artery is a continuation of the anterior tibial artery. It gives arcuate artery, then the metatarsal, medial metatarsal, lateral metatarsal arteries. So these are the arteries coming from the in front of the ankle joint. What type of joint ankle joint is? Ankle joint. What type of joint hip joint is? Hip joint is a ball and socket type of synovial variety. Knee joint is a compound hinge variety. Then the Ankle joint is a condyloid variety of the synovial joint. Then the muscles of the sole. The sole is divided into 4 layers. The first layer consists of flexor digitorum brevis, abductor hallucis, and abductor digiti minimi. All of they are supplied by posterior tibial nerve. The second layer consists of flexor digitorum longus, flexor digitorum accessorius and lumbricals, and flexor hallucis longus. The third layer of the sole consists of 3 muscles. They are flexor hallucis brevis, abductor hallucis, and flexor digiti minimi. Then the fourth or the deep layer of the sole consists of plantar introsi, dorsal introsi, tibialis posterior, and peroneal longus. These are the muscles in the first layer, second layer, third layer, and fourth layer of the sole. All of they are supplied by the posterior tibial artery, and they are supplied. The nerve supply of these muscles are medial and lateral plantar nerve supplied to these muscles. Name the tributaries of the great saphenous vein. It consists of the anterior vein of the leg, upper medial perforator, middle medial perforator, and lower medial perforator in the leg. In the thigh, the adductor canal perforator, accessory saphenous vein, and anterior cutaneous vein of thigh. These are the main important tributaries of the great saphenous vein. The tributaries of the short saphenous vein consist of the perforating vein that joins the deep perforators that join the great saphenous vein with the short saphenous vein. So you may give in the tributaries in the leg, that is upper medial perforator, then the middle perforator and lower medial perforator. That perforator joins the great saphenous vein with the short saphenous vein. So you may repeat the same tributaries. They are the deep perforators of the leg. Then